How are you doing today? You know, when Jesus walked the earth, there was a commonly held belief among certain Jewish followers of God that if you followed a certain set of rules, a specific set of rules, if you followed all of those rules, you would automatically get to heaven one day. Regardless of what was going on in your heart, regardless of love, regardless of your relationship with God, if you did these things, if you followed these rules, you'd get to heaven. And the story that we read this week, today, in Mark chapter 10, verses 17 through 31, the question that is posed to Jesus in this story is framed in a vocabulary that is referring to this teaching. What should I do to make it to heaven? And Jesus phrases his response in a way that is also directed at this belief. And he phrases this response with a surprising teaching about the kingdom of God, that the things that people seem to care about the most in this life are not going to be the most valuable in heaven, in eternity with God. And one of the things that he specifically goes at is that it is a wholehearted devotion to God, a love for God that God is looking for, and that people who are in that place in their heart will be courageous in their generosity to people who are in financial need, people who are in need of shelter, people who are in need of clothing, people who are in need of food, people who are in need of relationships, people who are in need of opportunities. And so this really informs us. This should really have a profound effect on each of us for what we value here now in this life and to understand the values that God has in eternity in the future. Let's bring ourselves into alignment with God's value system. Let's love God with all our heart, soul, mind, and strength, and love our neighbors in the same way we take care of ourselves.